North American and European fans of Defensor have worried the past year that in order to relive the G1 dream, they'd have to give up their firstborn in order to obtain the Takara release to get their groove on. Well, Hasbro fans rejoice, as an exclusive Deluxe Groove is released recently, and in suit, we at Toyhax.com are pleased to release labels for Hasbro's take on the mass-shifting Deluxe motorcycle. And given that the Hasbro and Takara releases are identical in terms of paint apps, owners of the Unite Warriors version will benefit from this set as well. This set has been designed as a complement to the set for Hasbro Streetwise, and as such prominently features two-tone blue all over the motorcycle. For the motorcycle itself, features include reflective amber turn signals for the front. Up near the handlebars, sports a speedometer. On the engine, we see white that breaks up the silver, as well as an inscription that at first glance gives the appearance of a police car ID tag. This, however, is a nod to the original release ID found on the box of the original G1 Defensor box. A sheriff's badge as well as blue detailing can be found next to that, bringing life to an otherwise white bike. And then a rather interesting touch that we're proud to show off is a white and blue label to cover up the majority of the black that sticks itself out up top. This excellently blends in, making the paint scheme for the front look cohesive and interesting to look at from top to bottom rather than the black that used to pronounce itself quite loudly up top. Moving further down towards the rear end, we see it come to life with the amount of detail placed back here. On the side, we see the two-tone blue and cyan making their mark with the words police written in all capitals. And just above that, reflective blue labels giving the appearance of blue light bars. And when the guns are installed, it wonderfully captures the red and blue that make up the usual police lighting. Finally, on the rear end. First off, the original red paint has been covered over with 4 labels that closely resemble the look of taillights. Above that, a blue light bar, much the same as seen on the side of the bike. And finally, at the bottom, a chrome bumper can be seen that features a license plate that says Groove 86. Reverse lighting, and turn signals. A welcome addition to the rear of the bike to help solidify it, not only as a road-legal motorcycle, but as a competent police bike as well. Overall, for vehicle mode, so many marks are hit that help improve the overall aesthetic, complementing the set for Combiner Wars Streetwise, and in general fits in nicely with the rest of the vehicle modes. Now, on to robot mode. Quite the opposite effect happens here. Where vehicle mode required quite a bit of sprucing up, robot mode features subtle, yet welcome additions to tie this set together. On the torso, the combiner plug gets silver detailing on the upper chest area, and the waist sees the addition of a bit of red as well. This nicely breaks up the gold and white that predominantly populates the chest. It's a nice touch. The arms also see red and white striping with the words police on them to add some variety. Otherwise, all of the bike mode can be seen in the back when it's not covered up by parts, if you're the kind of person that enjoys a good-looking figure from all angles. So now onto the separate limb modes. The handfoot, which is identical to Blade's handfoot, also receives the same label, but in the blue and cyan as opposed to the red and white. So here we are as a leg, looking just as great as bike mode. However, due to the way the arms end up as a leg, the police arm stickers make an appearance which look great. And, as mentioned earlier, makes an excellent set to bounce off Streetwise, or even Rook if that's what you prefer, to provide a bit of color symmetry for Defensor's legs. As an arm though, a few labels make their way through, similar to robot mode, although this is where the handfoot really shines, and if placed opposite Blades, it makes the hands look great together. So that's been the labels for Combiner Wars Deluxe Groove. It's a set we feel does wonders for bike mode, which excellently riffs off Streetwise, and in addition we highly recommend for anyone who is a fan of the motorcycle that really gets its groove on.